500, 500, yada, yada, yada. Now this kid has money and you start teaching them how to invest their money and how to use their money at an early age. You get them from the mindset of just like, oh, I'm going to work forever to I already know how to handle my money. I already know I don't want to work forever, X, Y, and Z. And you put them in the position to learn how to start running their own business, right? And there's other small things you could do. Like I always tell people when you have kids, right? Like, did you ever have an allowance?
No, I didn't.
No?
No, I didn't.
Me either. But for those of you who had allowances, right? Or like you got some money for doing a certain thing. Like
chores around the house, throwing out the trash, stuff like that. Yeah.
What we're teaching the kids is how to be an employee.
How to work for their money.
Right. I read somewhere, I forgot which book it was, but the concept was like this. Don't pay them or give them money for doing chores, for doing labor. Pay them for increasing the mentality of ownership. Meaning, okay, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a... Right? How much is that book?
I would say like, it depends where you buy it, like $20?
Like $20.
Give it $20.
So if you were a kid, like if you like say you're my son, right? Sounds weird, but let's just say, right? My thing wouldn't be like, hey Juwan, like can you go take out the trash and I'm gonna give you $20. I'm like, hey, read this book and I'll give you the value of the book.
I'll give you $20 for reading this book.
Now if you could find if this
That's
book costs more, right? You know what I mean? Because now if this book, let's say this book costs $50 and it's some like, you know, something on business and everything like that. If you finish this book and you can give me all the details of this book, I will give you $50.
What are some other tricks that you or like things that you think you would do with your kids to make them learn about this financial literacy, about like learning how to get money, how money works, like business entrepreneurship, something that like other dads who are also learning right now can start teaching their kids?
I think exposure. I think people get caught up in they're too young, they're not going to understand.
Yeah.
I'm not telling, like, I have a little sister right now. She's 8. And she can tell you what an LLC is right now and what the benefits are. Right? She can tell you that she doesn't want to work forever. She wants to be a business owner, right?
Dude, and these children are like sponges. Children will learn everything.
Soak it up. But it's the exposure. If I don't expose her to the information, how can she have the knowledge? That is as simple as bringing your kid around and just teaching it to them. They may not get it all right now, but you're not telling them for them right now. You're telling them for later on, once they get around this again and they hear it again, they're like, wait a minute. I remember my dad said this.
He said something about LLC. LLC, yeah.
Now they're already familiar with the concept. And it's constantly keeping them in there, right?
Yeah.
Like, say, for instance, my little sister, she travels with my wife and I all the time, right?
She's always with you guys.
Always with us, right? Like, we just came back from Cabo, and that was a whole thing. Then we went to Costa Rica right before then, and then we did Cabo right before then, so it's like Cabo back to back. Did Hawaii right before then.
Yeah. So she's going everywhere.
Always, right? Did Arizona Super Bowl weekend.
What a childhood,
she's right.
She's having the time of her life.
She's living. But she understands the value of this because we said one important thing. We're like, how many of your friends travel? She's like, when I say something about it, like, no, they don't really. So you travel, right? It's like, yeah. It's like, I was like, what's the difference? It's like, you guys have a business? And I was like, yes, we have our business. We control our time. We can afford to do these things.
See, I think that's really cool because you gave her a different perspective. See, like when I was growing up, my perspective on stuff like that was like, because I would see my friends, you know. I lived in an apartment with my mom and dad, really young, you know. They had me, we were in an apartment. I was going to elementary school, and I would see some of my friends with, like, their families having big houses, big pools, a big-ass truck, you know? They had money. And they would go all over the place. Oh, we went to Italy. Oh, we went to France. I'm like, I haven't even heard of France, you know? I know Paris right here, like, 40 minutes away. That's the only thing I know, you know? But you guys actually went, and, like, what the heck? And I started thinking, I'm like, how come I can't do it? How come he can't do it? How come they can do it? And I remember thinking that as a kid, my dad would tell me, we grew up on like, yeah, it's just they got it like that. But that's about it. Nothing really like on how we need to do it because my dad was still trying to figure it out himself. You know, he was like, we need to keep working. We need to keep working in order to get money because we're not going to make it if we don't work. That's the mentality that I grew up on. So you're giving your sister a really good perspective towards money, you know?
And I told her one key thing. I'm going to tell you where he missed the mark. And how he can, like, if he hears this, he'll understand what I mean when I say this. So, right concept, right? You got to work for your goals, right? For sure. But working is not how you build the success. I'm gonna tell you, there's only one way you can build success or have success when it comes to like having your business and getting money. How many problems can you solve? Simple as that. Why is Amazon as big as it is? Why didn't eBay become the biggest one? Because eBay never figured out the shipping.
Why? What?
Exactly. That exact system, right? eBay never figured out the shipping. Amazon said, we'll give it to you tomorrow. Yeah, I'm probably going to buy from Amazon.
They seem a little faster.
And they don't just have these things. They have everything. So I can get everything tomorrow? Yes.
And their packages always come intact. Great customer service. You know, it's all those little aspects towards the business that you need to like start paying attention to.
How many problems can you solve? It's the name of the game.
The more problems you solve, the more value you'll have.
And if you have more value, so that's the value proposition. The more value you have, right, the higher you can pay. The higher you can be paid, right? The more premium you can charge for something, right? Because remember, you can't make demands unless you're in demand.